I only saw the box scores, and Eric and I were following it. But was Anna Kahn okay over the weekend, just based on the numbers? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she just wasn't making her pitches. She probably just overthrew a little bit, and, she throws hard enough that when you do that and you leave it over the middle of the plate, they're going to hit it. Mm-hmm. And, we couldn't get it shut down quick enough. And then we pressed at the plate, and, and that was that. I mean, Alvarez, she, 2 hit us and 3 hit us? We never made any adjustments. And she stuck with her game plan. She did a great job. I tip my hat to her and their pitching coach. She called a great game, and we never made the adjustments. And so, they took it to us. But the beautiful thing is it's super early in conference, and there's a lot of games left to play, and we absolutely still have a shot. And so we get back after it, practice tomorrow, and, go to Santa Barbara on Saturday.
I'm just curious with the way your schedule's been lately. You played Stanford, UCLA, and Arizona State. I know there's always that fine line of scheduling top-ranked teams. Would you do that again?
In a heartbeat. I would absolutely schedule the same schedule again. We are capable of beating those teams if we play cleanly and we execute. And so it wasn't that we were overmanned. We've been self-destructive, unfortunately. And hopefully we'll clean that up and take care of it and start playing well and have a better ending to the season. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So hopefully we'll finish strong.
You mentioned self-destruct and I think lack of adjustments in the 2 answers. Can you pinpoint, or do you know why?
I wish I did know why. For the most part, we help them out offensively with a game plan, a plan of attack. This is how their pitchers throw. This is what you should be looking for. But at the end of the day, we're not in the box with them. We can't pull the trigger. We can't field the ball. We can just prepare them as best that we can and hope they get it done. I think at this point it's definitely a mental thing where we just are over-analyzing and pressing, and we're not having any success. And so we've got to figure out how to really get them to relax and play better and play to their capabilities, because we've got some talent on the team. We just haven't really shown it yet this year.
Coach, do you think that maybe Anna was pressing, considering that your third baseman made 4 errors in the game? So it's like she kind of had to strike him out or kind of put on more weight on her shoulders to get out of those jams? I mean,
absolutely. I think that, sometimes people, put a different pressure on themselves and heading into conference, and this is it, and this is our shot, and we've got to win conference in order to continue to play. And I think a lot of them did that. But definitely that's been our problem. When our pitchers are getting it done and they're making the pitches, defensively we haven't come up with the plays. And so, yes, I think that Anna overthrew, and she definitely had a terrible outing on the weekend. But you've seen her, we've seen her, we know what she's capable of doing. She can shut down any team. She's just going to have to get back out there and trust her training and trust her skills and know that, she's capable of making those adjustments and throwing the pitches, and hopefully that our defense comes up with the play. But it's a two-way street. The defense has to trust the pitching, and the pitching has to trust the defense. And at this point in the season, that's all we have. If they don't trust each other, then we're going to continue to struggle.
Is there a point where you say, all right, let's try something else, let's change the infield around, or are you, sticking with them for the whole season because they're young? And
we are young, but we have continued to switch the infield around, because we really, quite honestly, unfortunately, nobody's really winning a spot. It's who's going to show up and play today. And that's the one thing I feel like we've lacked the most, is that competitive instinct, that I want it instead of, oh, I hope I get it. And we're going to have to figure out how to do that and do that pretty quickly. But there's going to be a point, if we don't turn some things around, that we're going to have to start building, to next year. But we're not there yet. And we have a lot of games left. We have 18 games left, and we can definitely, take care of business and, still have an opportunity to win a championship. And that's what we're here for ultimately. We want to win the conference championship and put us in a situation where we can go postseason.
As far as what do you know about Santa Barbara and what you guys are going to face this weekend, and do you think it's a plus that coming off a tough weekend that you guys are back to against the rivals, kind of get the blood flowing a little more?
I think that we're kind of in the same boat. They've struggled lately. They lost 3 to Fullerton this last weekend. We're going to their place, and so they'll have the home field advantage. But for us, that hasn't been always that beneficial. So I think we're excited to play a familiar opponent, but they've got a lot of new kids too, and it's going to come down to pitching and defense. They swing their bats, definitely. They're scrappy, they're competitive, they're fighters, and they'll come to play, and they're going to throw it out on the field and give us everything that they have. And so if our pitchers can shut them down, I think that we're going to be pretty successful.